he did. Look, he was feeling it. Look at he just went right by. See, y'all went pointing at me. Did y'all just miss the high five that he just ran right by Draymond?
And you just high-fived his head.
Yeah, I had to high five his head twice. I've never seen anything like it.
Well, usually that's how people rub your bald head when you come into the newsroom, but
Yeah,
you had to kind of give that back. But that wasn't even enough in that game. We're not going to get into that. What was going through your mind when you were watching that highlight? Did it take you back?
It took me back, but also I was in year 12 of my career, and that was the moment when I was like, yo, this dude, he is different. And I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know about the MVPs and the championships, but I knew that he was going to be a special player that was going to do things in a way that we hadn't seen before.
And you were there, but Zach, where were you that night?
Yeah, this is not nice of you guys because I lived in New York at the time, and I had some dumb obligation that I could have gotten out of, like a family thing, and I felt bad. I wanted to go to the game. I was kind of in on step then.
Never put family before work. Never.
And I was like, you know what? What are the chances I'm going to miss something spectacular? And I remember watching on my phone the points tick up. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I made a vow. If I'm in the same city as Steph, I'm going to the game.
Never
every
missing
single
one
time.
again?
Never missing one again.
Have you?
Probably maybe once by accident somehow, but maybe not. But that one, that still hurts. That still hurts my heart all these years later.
I'm really glad that you were brave enough to share that moment with us today. We appreciate you reliving it.
Yeah, I was forced to.
I really, really appreciate it. So Steph, he's had dozens of iconic moments, and you have all been on the floor. If I can bring back in all of our basketball friends here for something in some point in your career. So I want to know, what is the best in-person moment you remember from Steph? And Richard, we'll start with you since you played with and against him.
Again, to me, that was an iconic moment. If you go and it doesn't matter if it's Jordan, LeBron, Carmelo, you see so many great players. They have to make a mark in the Garden. They have to. And for Steph Curry to own that record in the Garden, and make no mistake, this was in 2012, 2013. So that record has continued to stand. So, that's what I thought for me was an iconic moment for him. And to this day, it still stands the test of time.
So, Perk, you've seen Steph in the regular season and the postseason. So what's your moment?
Look, I know we could talk about his shooting. I know a lot of 50-point games or whatever the case may be, but I'm going to talk about when I finally realized that Steph was a killer. Was in 2018 when I was in street clothes getting splinters on the bench. Here it is right here. Steph thought I stuck my leg out on purpose and tried to trip him, and he confronted me. I said, you know what, at the time, I'm like, hold on, young fella, you tripping, but the fact that he tried to address me, I said, you know what? This dude got some killer in him. He got some dog in him. He ain't backing down from nobody. You know what I mean? Because nobody don't just step to me like that.
Slap that taste out your mouth if it wasn't for the finals. If it wasn't for the finals, he looked at you like he was small. You ever seen somebody look at him and just like, man? Yeah, he looked at you like he was real small, Perk. That's all I'm going to say.
JJ, moving on past that, you go ahead and
I can't say that I necessarily enjoyed a lot of Steph's best moments against me, but in 2014, 2015, with the Clips wearing the baby blues, he weaved in and out of three guys and took this shot. I'd like to point out that I was not, actually four guys, I was the only guy on the floor that didn't get schooled on this play. And when he goes backwards to the three-point line to shoot that, there's 10 seconds on the shot clock when he starts a shot. This was not an under-duress shot. I spoke about Steph being sort of free and clear in his mind. That's a perfect example of that. Who takes that shot?
Right, especially at that point. But, okay, I don't know if this is a favorite moment, but this feels like an apology, a confession that I have to make. So I grew up in Oakland. My father, born and raised a Warriors faithful, was there when the tickets were cheap and the team was bad. And when they traded Monte Ellis, because Richard talked about this. Steph, early on, he had a lot of ankle injuries. He couldn't stay on the floor. My father, I was at the game with him. My father stood up, both hands around his mouth, and booed the Lakers management like there was no, the Warriors management like there was no tomorrow, and booed the Lakers because that was a whole other thing. That's what we do up in Oakland. And I feel like that's something we need to apologize for, because I don't know that anybody saw this coming. I don't know that my dad was like, you know what, we're going to boo them for trading away Monte Ellis and keeping Steph Curry. It feels like that was the right decision now, Richard.
Jury's still out.
Oh my God. All right. Coming up on NBA Today, we look at the